We love hip
scene.
hop.
How's your Christmas been? How have you guys been celebrating? I've been laying low. Got a few things that I'm gonna do probably in the evening, but I made some Christmas ham. I be eating the pork, eating the swine. Not no Christmas turkey this year, at least over here, right? But I made some Christmas ham in the tradition. R.I.P. to my mom Dukes. Let me know if y'all got any gifts in the comments. Comment gang strong. As we start getting older, it's not as much of a big gift type of thing. You know what I mean? Um, One thing I want to say about Christmas before we even get into some of the topics. Are you guys spending Christmas with a lot of family? And I'm not talking about your immediate family if you started creating your own family, whether it's wife and kids or, significant other or something like that. I'm talking about real get together, big mama's house, um, grandma's just cooking up everything and just getting everything ready for all family members to be coming through. Like I'm talking about cousins that you see every time that you go for any holidays, and all different types of family members, aunts, uncles that you're regularly seeing when it comes to the holidays. Are we doing that right now in these Christmas holidays? Okay. Me personally, obviously, you guys see me here doing live. Doesn't mean I don't have family. My family lives in Montreal and all over the place. And we used to have a nucleus. If I want to use myself as an example, we used to have a nucleus where every year, whether it's Christmas or Thanksgiving, we'd be in New York City at my grandmother's house. And that was an important time because she had a 3-floor house, the 3-family house, different members living in different floors of the house. My aunt lived on the main floor. My grandmother lived on the top floor. And I had another aunt that was living in the basement. Okay. 3 different units, not rooms, 3 different units. Okay. And that was just family in that one house. But that house alone used to just have so much family coming through, even when there wasn't a holiday. That was just a place to stay because that's grandma's house. That's granny's house. We didn't use the term big mama. We're West Indian. We're Caribbean. So that was granny's house. So you can assure that Christmas time comes around, you're going to granny's house. If you get there early or if you've been staying there overnight, you're waking up to the smell of ham cooking or whatever that's going on. Coconut bread, all right? Bajan family, all right? So we got the coconut bread on smash. And you know that somewhere around 6, 7 o'clock, everybody's going to get together around the table. There's not even enough room around the table. You have the kids' table. People are in the living room. People are all over the place because in that one part of the house, the whole family comes through. And I'm from Montreal. I'm talking about New York City. So I'm talking about my mom, myself, my aunts that all come from Montreal. We're going over there to New York City because obviously it's Christmas time. That's what we got to do. Right. But once my grandmother passed away back in 2010 or 2011, my bad. The kind of getting together family unit type of thing that was going on wasn't happening. I won't even say as much at all. Right? It was just family would get together with their immediate families. Everybody started having kids, getting older, that type of stuff. And every member of the family, extended parts of the family, people coming from different states and countries getting together, that just became a no more. I'll give you another example. My mom Dukes, R.I.P. to her. When that wasn't happening, the nucleus became my mom's house in Montreal. At least for the family that we have in Montreal and people that were coming from other places, Florida, from the west coast of Canada, would come down to my mom's house. Barbados would come down to my mom's house and know that you can get a plate over here, right? She's cooking. She's not just cooking for the immediate family that's going to be sitting around the table. She's cooking enough for 3 families almost. And really to take that in, we're not talking about a bunch of rich people. We ain't rich. I never grew up rich, right? We stretched the hell out of that because of family. So I say all of that to say, is that a thing that's still happening with you people in the comments, people who are going to be tapping in later on the replay? Is family still an important aspect? Do you guys still have your nucleus in your family that brings everybody together? Whether it's the grandmother, or big mama, as you want to call it, or maybe just an elder in the family that's taking up that responsibility. Is that still happening? And for the people whose grandmothers have passed, right? RIP to y'all's, condolences as well. Once that grandmother has passed, did somebody pick up the slack? Did somebody, grab the torch, take the baton, and say, you know what? Big mama's not here no more. Auntie so-and-so became the nucleus of the family, and everybody started going to Auntie so-and-so's house, or she might have took over Big Mama's house, and now that's the place to go, but now it's Auntie so-and-so who's running the show. Has that happened for any of y'all? Comment gang strong. So one in the chat, if you guys still practice family, real family. I'm not talking about just you and your, again, I'll reiterate, you and your significant others, the people that are the closest to you that you see on a day-to-day. I'm talking about family from across the world sometimes type shit. One in the chat if you're still doing that. Two in the chat if that's just a thing of the past. And even you might even be by yourself on the holidays. You're just chilling. It's like, you know what? I can't even be bothered to go do all of that no more. Right? Or it's just you and your immediate family. That's a 2 in the chat. But 1 in the chat is if you go to the Christmas time, there's like 50 people in the house. That type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we've kind of gotten away from that in our modern society, where that is not as important anymore. Even with newer families that are being created, they're not trying to figure out who's going to be the nucleus of the family to make sure that everybody gets together. I don't know if it's because of indoctrination and all these different types of things that they try to push in our face. Could it be the internet and social media and just everybody not being as connected, even though we're supposed to be quote unquote connected through these things? Let me put some of y'all stuff in the chat here. Comment gang strong. I wanted to start off a little bit easy. I don't want to jump into the news stories and be like, yo, guess who shot who and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's Christmas. You know what I'm saying? We got to celebrate the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. It's not Santa Claus thing, you know what I mean? We don't celebrate family anymore. That's Black Pudding TV. Peace Love said CVID changed things. That's a big fact too. But I don't really think so completely. Because that nucleus, no matter what is going to happen, whether there's a pandemic or not, you feel me? You might have had to like cut it off for like maybe a year or so because people were having different opinions on the jabby jab and different things like that. But once the CVID is done, I know if my grandma was still alive, once that shit is done and we're able to travel again, guess what? We're doing Christmas at Granny's house again. It's not a thing. Ain't no pandemic can stop that shit. But I get it. I do understand. And I feel you, peace, love. A lot of people's minds started changing, and a lot of people started separating. Families started separating around that time, where it was just like, just because people had differences in opinions, they stopped being as close because of this divisive thing. And I'm not going to get too in depth, and I don't want to get hit up for any type of what do you call it? Misinformation. Right? We don't want to get the misinformation from them. But with that, with a lot of people having differences in opinions of that, it made a lot of people split up, friends and family. They're like, oh, you got the jab? Oh, but you didn't? Oh, I don't know if I could be around you anymore. You're a piece of shit. All right? So that definitely played a factor. But I think that I want to try to get to the bottom of this. And big salute to my cousin Paris, over there in New York City. Him and I were having a conversation about this, and he was really passionate about that. I mean, he's like, "Yo, cuz we ain't doing the family shit anymore, and it's because of this, the industrialization, and then the way they're pushing this shit in our face." And I was like, "Bruh, you might got a point." You know what I'm saying? So I just want to give everybody another Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever that you celebrate. Make sure to spend it with family. If your family's close, get close to them. All right, that's just my word of advice to y'all before we get into any of my shit. All right. Peace Love says Friday's cousin was like, they not like us. Facts.
We love hip hop.